So when you click on the report, the first part is regarding this one, quick reports. Quick report, click on the quick report. It will show you the number of transactions with this vendor. If you click on the all, so it will show you the information. For example, how many bills are there because of this vendor, how many purchase orders there, how many payments are made, and so on, right? This is the same. So a quick report just give you a summary of the information regarding this vendor. Or otherwise, you can find out the summary on the right side as well, right? So see the summary vendor, which vendor? ABC. So you can find out the summary. This was the opening balance and these are the number of bills. And you can find out the transaction as well, how many transactions we have made with him, right? This is the case. So this is the quick report. Otherwise, click on the quick report, it will show you the same thing, right? Transaction history and transaction journal is if this bill is attached with some other transaction. See, you click on this one, display a list of the transactions such as estimate, payment, and so on that are linked to this transaction. If some estimates or some payments are attached with this bill, if you click on this one, it will show you that one as well. But there is no link now, so that's why we cannot play this one. Transaction, display the journal entry QuickBook made behind the scenes for this transaction. If you click on this one, so this is basically the journal entry with the QuickBook made because of this one, right? So these are the information which you can find out up to this point. So click on the transaction. There is no link, so that's why it is not available. Item listing, click on the item list. It will show you the item which you have created in the system, right? How many items you have created in the system, so it will show you that one itself. Open purchase order means how many purchase orders are in the process, but we will discuss purchase order in the later part, right? So no attention now, don't be worried. Vendor balance details. Vendor balance details shows the balance of each vendors, how much we have to pay for each vendor. So when you click on this one, it shows the balance of each vendor. For example, for ABC company, the total amount that we have to pay is this much, right? For Ghulam Farouk, we have to pay this much. For Khan, this much. So for all vendors, it shows the summary. For Sadaf, for example, this is the balance that we have to pay. Said Rahim, this is the balance. And total amount that we have to pay is equal to amount of 1,71,000, right? So this is the case. So you can find out this report for all, as well as you can find out for today, for this week, for this year, and so on, right? Let us say for this month. Again, this is the information for this month. How much we are payable in this month? You can select this month itself. How much is payable today? Today is payable only how much? 62,050. How much is payable this week? How much is payable this week? This week, right? So you can just make a specific report for yourself, right? So this is belong to report itself. So click on anyone. Purchase order by vendor details. We will discuss later on what is purchase order, what is details, and what is summary. Unpaid bills. Unpaid bills means those bills which are not paid yet, right? So first of all, we have to discuss about the payable, and then we have to go about the unpaid bill. But still, if you click on the unpaid bill, it will show you how many bills are unpaid yet. So these are the list of the bills which are not paid yet, right? So two information. One is the vendor balance and the second one is unpaid. How much we have to pay and how much is the amount or how much is not paid yet, right? These are the information. Next, you click on the search. If there are, for example, several information. Let us say, for example, there is one more information, interest expenses. And the interest expenses is amount of equal to how much? Amount of equal to 1,000, right? So let us click on the recalculation to find out this one itself. To make the balance, they make the amount equal. Recalculation, make it hello 1,000, right? In search, if there are, for example, 1,000 items, for several number of items, it is difficult to find out. Then you can search it in this section itself. You can mention, for example, interest, right? So where is the section of interest? If you click on the interest, basically I have not provided the exact information. If you provide the exact information, let us say click on the item. Let us say, for example, there is a keyboard as well as there is for example, RAM itself. And you're confused that where is the RAM, right? So there are, for example, several items. So in this case, instead of interest, you can mention RAM. So in the search mention just RAM, right? When you click on the RAM, so QuickBook will find out the RAM itself. Oh, it didn't found. So you can mention the exact spelling, right? So here the QuickBook. So when you press the QuickBook show in this color, it means RAM is there. Let us say, for example, let us add a few more items. Let us add a screen as well as let us add, for example, pen. So now when confused, where is the pen, right? So click on this one, search. When you click on the other section, it will show you that pen is available in this section, right? Or for example, let us say, for example, search the other one. Let us say we want to search where is the screen, right? We are confused with there is a screen, where is the screen? So press the search, the QuickBook will show you that the screen is there. So in this way, you can manage the interval, right? So how to interval? Once again, go in the vendor section, click on this one. This is for the purpose of entering the bill for the expenses as well as for the item, or you can do both of them at the same time. If it is chargeable for the customer, just charge it, select the customer, otherwise. This section credited for the purpose of purchase return. If you want to return it back, previous transaction, next transaction, new, save, delete, create the copy, memorize the transaction, print, attach the file, and several things that we can do with the item itself. So this was all about the enter bill.